today we're going to talk about hiring systems, but it's kind of like playing the piano. You've got to practice and practice, and you're going to have mishaps unless you document it, right? So let's break it down. Hiring systems, it's kind of like having procedures and policies. It's kind of like having music for a musician. So I'm still here in Paris. It's a rainy day. I wanted to get outside with all of you. Didn't make that happen, so you're here in my apartment again. And we love to play piano and listen to great piano. I'm blessed to have someone in the family that's amazing at playing piano. Myself, I know a couple songs. That's it, right? I have to read the music. I have to practice. I have to learn. And that's how it is sometimes when you're developing your systems. You've got to take a step by step by step, and you've got to make it better and hone it. It's clunky at first. So let's talk about the first time you hired someone. You probably did an interview. You probably didn't have written interview questions. You probably checked references, maybe. I hope so. Please start checking references. It's an important part. And then you ultimately say, yes, it's the right fit, and you hire the person. Maybe it was a phone call, maybe it was an email. Did you have a clear hiring offer letter? Probably not. And let me tell you, I work with a lot of lawyers, and lawyers are the worst on this. They actually need to all go get with an HR employment lawyer, truly. But so listen, the first time you're hiring, you're in a hurry, you're just trying to get things done, and it doesn't always come out very well. But the next time you hire and onboard, guess what? You're starting to get a little better at this. You remember what happened last time, right? But you still need the guidebook, right? It's like music. When you're reading the music, you know what you're doing, right? You know what you're supposed to be playing. You know what's coming next in the song. And that's why you need to start documenting these procedures. There are 5 steps to hiring success. First, you need to sit down and say, who do you need? Who needs to come join your team? What kind of personality, what kind of traits, work style, work techniques do they have, right? Find the right person. Don't just hire anyone. Number 2, get a good job description together. That is vital because the job description is going to really tell you what to put in that job ad so you can get out there and attract the right person. Then we've got to vet the candidates. Not everyone is made equal. I used to say with hiring paralegals, somebody that was at a big firm, totally different experience than a paralegal at a small firm that did everything, right? So you got to ask those questions. You've got to know. Then we've got to check those references, maybe do a background check, and then have a clear hiring offer letter, right? Onboarding is another whole system. We'll talk about that in a day or two. But listen, hiring systems. Every time you do it, you get a little better, but you got to practice and you got to write it down so that you have like this music, you've got a playbook, right? And next time you go to hire maybe a receptionist or a billing clerk, you might have a little bit more. Sometimes you're at a time, you need help. That's where we come in. We've got all kinds of stuff on how to hire, onboard, work with client happiness coordinators, executive assistants, billing clerks, salespeople, all kinds of positions, marketing positions. But it's always easier when you can work off of what someone else has done, right? Quit starting from scratch. So, couple of tips with your hiring systems. First, I just went through the 5 key elements of hiring success. Again, you need to have a protocol for those. Number 2, as you do each hiring, write down what worked, what didn't work. That way, next time you shorthand the time to onboard. You say, oh, this worked really well. The next tip is video everything. I'm a big fan of videoing. That's why we have an onboarding university boot camp, because listen, I couldn't have 20 plus people on my team right now as the sole owner having to go back and teach them all the same thing every time. With my second employee, I started videoing everything I taught, and that became the library, right? These days we show the scripts, the templates, what to say in those videos, all the things that are going to help you. And that's going to be a great opportunity for you to really just document what you're thinking, who you want, where are you going with this company, what are we building together. Get that team culture up. That's part of your hiring system, is identifying your core values, your mission, your culture, and bringing the right people in on your team. For me, it's bringing the right people that love systems, right? That's what we love to do. But it's also people that are willing to read the music, right? So my significant other, he's more of a jazz player, right? He'll just sit down and play. Me, I'm more of a planner. I like to see it laid out, right? So that's one of the things of recognizing different people on your team, and it's good to have strengths and weaknesses, but overall, you want to bring people in that are at least in alignment with who you are as a company. For us, we are systems people, right? At Up-Leveling Your Business. We talk about systems all the time, and we're constantly improving our systems all the time. So don't be scared of them. It's something you just have to get started with. Kind of like playing the piano. You just got to get started. I do my little lessons. I'm not great, but I can play a few things every now and then and have a little fun. So I want the same for all of you. Start working on those hiring systems. If you need help, let us know. We would love to help you. We've got a bunch of coaches that are awesome about different stages of the hiring process. This is all about supporting business owners so they can thrive, so they can bring in the right people in the right timing and with the right expectations. So listen, everyone, that was today's Biz Nugget, was on business hiring systems. All right, everybody, have a great day and go play that piano.